King Kong Escapes, released in Japan, becoming the fourth entry in the King Kong franchise. 12th Street Riot in Detroit, which was one of the worst riots in United States history, killing 43 people, injuring 342 people, and 1,400 buildings burned. The final episode of Fugitive airs on ABC, which 78 million viewers tuned in to watch. The year is 1967, and this was Ford's Halo car. Let me introduce you to the Glamour Bird. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like, the automotive channel that digs cars off the beaten path. You know, the ones that are getting lost to time, history, specs, design. Most importantly, we show what these cars are like. If that sounds of interest, a channel that you will totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. 1967 Ford model lineup. These aren't in any particular order. Falcon, Mustang, Fairlane, Custom, Galaxy, LTD, Thunderbird, Ranchero, Bronco, Ford GT40. They also offered half-ton trucks all the way up to the big commercial. Ford would offer the Thunderbird from 1955 through 1997. They took a bit of a break and would come back in 2002 through 2005 in 11 generations. The cool thing about Thunderbirds is they all have nicknames for the generations. 55 through 57 are called the Baby Birds and only have space for two. 1958, the Thunderbird grew, offering a rear seat in the back for the very first time for 1958. The generation from 1958 to 1960 is called the Square Bird. 61 to 63, Bullet Bird. 64 to 66, Flare Bird. 67 through 71, Glamour Bird. 72 through 76, Big Bird. 77 through 79, Chirino Bird. 80 through 82, Box Bird. 83 through 88, Aerobird. 89 through 97, Superbird, and 2002 through 2005, Retro Bird. 1967 is the first year of the fifth generation of Thunderbird, now constructed body on frame with rubber mountings between the body and the frame to reduce noise and vibration. The Thunderbird was also moved up market so it didn't compete with the Mustang. Thunderbird was offered as a two-door hardtop, two-door Landau, and four-door Landau. The convertible was dropped for the four-door Landau. Ford would only offer the four-door Thunderbird from 1967 through 1971. There was a quirky model of the Thunderbird that was only offered in 1967 called the Thunderbird Apollo. It was built in 5 distinctive models ordered by Abercrombie and Fitch and was displayed at their stores. These weren't show cars, but they were customized for Abercrombie and Fitch. And there was one on display in San Francisco, Chicago, Palm Beach, Miami, and New York City. 1967 was the first year, totally new design. But let's see what came before it. Let's compare 66 on top, 67 on the bottom, starting in the front. Both of these designs are different. The nose on the 67 is all grille with hidden headlights. Turn signal indicators are just below the bumper on both. The windshields are different as well as roofline profiles. Moving to the side profile, look at how different these roofline profiles are. The 67 has quarter windows that slide inside the roof, whereas the 66, there aren't quarter windows. Both of them have pronounced beltline done differently. The wheel wells are also different. Moving to the rear trunk deck lids look very similar. The 67 has a rear bumper, whereas the 66 just has trim around the lights. Notice there isn't a bumper. Jumping inside to take a look at the dash and interior situation. Which one do you like better? Standard features included but not limited to 315 horsepower 390 V8 Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission behind it, Unipane, side glass, reversible keys, front bucket seats, center console, tilt-away steering wheel, power steering, AM radio, heat and defrost, suspended accelerator pedal, power brakes with discs in the front, drums in the rear, rear center armrests, self-adjusting brakes, sequential turn signals, a feature that new Mustang owners think is a new thing. Nothing is new. Not getting into all of the options, but here are a few. SL interior trim, 6-way power seats, power windows, AM/FM radio, rear seat speakers, highway pilot control, aka cruise control. Let's talk specs. 209.4 inches long, 77.3 inches wide, 53.4 inches tall. It rides a wheelbase of 117.5 inches. It weighs 4,350 pounds. Price $4,828, which is equivalent to you spending $44,581.95 in the year 2024. Total 1967. Ford production was 1,730,224 units, of which Thunderbird was 77,956 units, and it's broken down like this. Four-door was 24,967, hardtop was 15,567, and two-door Landau was 37,422 units. Moving on to engine. Two engines on offer in the basement. Wasn't really a basement option, was 390 cubic inch displacement overhead valve V8 6.4 liters. It made 315 horsepower, 4,600 RPM, 427 pound-feet, or 579 newton meters in or around 3,500 RPM, with a bore of 4.1 inches and a stroke of 3.8 inches. Compression is 10.5 to 1. Features 5 main bearings when backed with a 3-speed Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission. 0 to 60 could be had in 8.6 seconds. Theoretical top speed of 130 miles per hour while achieving an average 10.1 miles to the gallon. Mileage may vary. These numbers are all just jumping off points. Moving on to the biggest and baddest engine on offer, which our car has, the 428 cubic inch displacement overhead valve V8 7 liters. It's good for 345 horsepower, 4,600 RPM, up to 462 pound-feet or 626 newton meters in and around 3,500 RPM, with a bore of 4.1 inches and a stroke of 4 inches. Compression is 10.5 to 1. 5 main bearings when backed. Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission, 0 to 60, 7.9 seconds, with a theoretical top speed of 133 miles per hour while achieving an average 9.4 miles to the gallon.
Ride Ford's new wave with Thunderbird. This year, Thunderbird adds a 4-door model to the line. 4 doors to Thunderbird elegance. Inside, innovations you expect from a leader. Beautiful appointments and personal luxury wherever you look, wherever you touch. More than ever, Thunderbird is unique in all the world.
If you've been looking for a 1967 4-door Landau Thunderbird, I know a place that has one for sale. Classic Auto Mall, Morgantown, Pennsylvania, where they have this car as well as 1,000 other cars for sale when recording this episode. This car is a survivor with 49,870 miles on the clock, has cruise control as well as the 428 cubic inch displacement V8 under the hood, power seats, power windows, AC. For more information, pictures, and to look at Classic Auto Mall's other offerings, be sure to click the link below after the show. Let's talk styling. Just notice this grille starts back here instead of here. The fender starts back here. The grille extends past that. Just take a look at how the bumpers are designed. Turn signal indicators are down below. Thunderbird logo in the center. Just take a look at this hood profile. This one has rocker bright molding. This car sitting on Michelin all seasons, 15-inch wheels. Fenders do flare out ever so slightly. This car has external cowls. Notice it's like doubled up with opposing windshield wipers. Stainless steel around the base of the windshield as well as the windshield wipers. Notice how the windshield is curved. Antenna on the driver's side. Side mirrors are mounted right here. Just look at how they're designed. This car has drip rails. It's almost like a rain dam up here, and then it runs around and is incorporated into the Landau bar itself. So how cool is that? This actually serves a purpose as the drip rail. Has this beltline bevel. The wheel wells in the back are also flared. Gas filler door is on the driver's side. Has this beltline bevel. It goes into this nice bright work for the rocker panel. Thunderbird script right there. It has a rear cowl. Just look at all of the different lines in this deck lid. Thunderbird nice and proud there in the center with Thunderbird logos on both sides. Just look how the bumper's designed. This door is really heavy. It feels super quality. Just look at everything that is going on. There's tons of different materials used. Feels like a hard vinyl up here, but it does have a little bit of give. I love all the stainless steel trim everywhere on this door panel. It has wood accenting. Not sure if that's faux wood or real wood. Armrest. There is a light here, so if you're on the street, parallel parked on the street, people can see the door open and they won't hit you, hopefully. Door handle to get out. Door handle to pull the door shut. This is a toggle switch, which controls the mirror. It also has carpet down here. Door sills. Oh man, it sounds like you're closing a bank vault. Over the hood. This is what over the hood looks like. This is what first person over the hood would look like. This car has tilt wheel, and how you would do that is you push this stock away from you, and then you could put it to the desired position. On the steering wheel, there are cruise control buttons for set speed, resume, and retard. On then to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Oil pressure, left turn signal indicator, gasoline gauge, speedometer. Notice the numbers are not flipped. Odometer, drive modes read, park, reverse, neutral, drive, second, first, clock, amp meter, right turn signal indicator, coolant temperature, windshield wipers, windshield washer, vent, air, headlights, brake warning light, heat and ventilation controls as well as AC controls, radio, key, ignition, power window controls. The one in the middle I believe is for the power antenna. door locks, speed control, map light.
Up above, there are sun visors, and they look like this. A bit on the slender side. There is a daytime, nighttime rear view mirror here, as well as another sun visor over here for the passenger. There are some idiot lights for seat belts, door ajar, low fuel, and four-way hazards. There's a cubby hole to put stuff. That would be a good place to put a cell phone. And it's deep too. Probably put some 8-track tapes in there if this had an 8-track player. Hidden ashtray compartment with cigarette lighter. On to the glove box test. Here is our test subject. Here's my hand for reference. My hand's about 7.5 inches long for reference. Here is the glove box in question. It's pretty slender. I don't know if it's gonna fit. The hot shoe is too tall, so it's not gonna fit in the glove box, unfortunately. But also notice this glove box does not have cup holder indentations, which is very interesting for the time period. This door is a lot like the front door in the sense that it's very heavy. Also, it comes with a pillar. So isn't that interesting? This door also has lights on it so that you can see it opened in the street. Ashtray, electric window switch, door handle to pull the door shut, door lock, door handle to get out. Just take a look at how much space you have back here. This is how far the door opens in the rear to allow access into the back seat. It's also worth pointing out that the front seats do fold to allow more access back here. Pull the seat back. This is what the front looks like from the back. A quick gander at the pillar to glass ratio in this car. It's a bit cozy. Also notice the Landau bar is also on the interior side, and it doubles as a light. There is a rear parcel shelf that is metal. The rear window does curve a little bit. That's what visibility looks like out the back from the back seat. Let's talk seat back profile. This seat does dip down quite a bit in the back, and it is rather upright, but with that said, it's pretty comfortable back here. The front seat is pushed back further than the passenger seat. If the passenger seat was in the same position as the front seat, there would be more room back here. Because I'm sitting like this, I have negative knee space, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. This also has a center. Car has a center armrest. Getting under the hood. Hood release is right here in the center. It's all one motion. This one's got a big 428 under the hood with factory air conditioning. Dual master cylinder reservoir with power brakes. Ford's vacuum tank, which is like a coffee can. Need these for the lights.
which you can see down here. This one has a windshield washer bag. Starting solenoid. Looks like it's a 3-belt system. On the positive side, these are very overlooked, perhaps underappreciated for the epic cars that these are. Performance, the seats are super comfortable. 4-doors get a lot of flack, but this one is really nice, and it's kind of an allure to the Glambird because no other generation of Thunderbird offered 4-door. You could only get a 4-door from 1967 through 1971. Body-on-frame construction, full instrumentation, elegantly beautiful, but still packs a punch. Against it, rust prone, it's a bit big, and can be thirsty. All right, now it's time for Would You Rather. 3 scenarios today. In the first scenario, all 4-doors, but which one would you rather have? 1967 Buick Electra or 1967 Thunderbird 4-door Landau or 1967 Chrysler New Yorker. I'm going to leave this here. 2-door varieties, 1967 Buick Riviera or 1967 Thunderbird or 1967 Oldsmobile Toronado. I'm going to leave this here again. Favorite generation of Thunderbird? Put it in the comment section below. All right, now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to get both the name of the band and the song title correctly in the comment section will have your comment pinned to the top of it. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below. I read and answer all comments posted. I don't say that for self-worth. I just say that if you post a comment, I will definitely read it. We have a Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. If you'd like to share pictures and stories of your cars, feel free to share them on there. If you don't have Facebook and would still like to reach me, send me an email. All of it will be linked in the description below. Just know I appreciate everything that you guys bring. The commentary, I love the critiques as well as the comments, and most importantly, I love reading the stories. Until next time, toodaloo! Time doesn't wait for me, it keeps on going.